I note we have some councillors on Zoom, and we have an apology from Councillor Fields. Can I have a mover and seconder, please? Thank you. I'll move it. Pauline will second it. I'll now hand over to staff to provide process update. Following this, we will adjourn until 1:30 on Thursday, the 14th of March. Fire away, Peter and Katie.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, everybody. Look, a very brief process overview from me, and then Katie will process overview. We're still working with Audit New Zealand on getting their review prepared for Thursday. They issue, for those who haven't been part of this before, Audit New Zealand issues an opinion on the LTP, the CD and supporting documents. Now, this is actually quite a big deal. It's extremely technical. I know some of you have been through this before. Because we only reached the point of a final LTP relatively recently, they're still working through stuff. We've, I think, got 95% of it addressed. They've made some technical changes to the draft CD, but we haven't had an update today on where they stand. I've asked for an update, but I believe we are still on track to receive their review for Thursday, adopt the review, and then adopt the final LTP. So I do need to assure you that there's no changes in content from what you've considered. This is mainly about Audit New Zealand being comfortable that they understand what we've put in our supporting documents, that we've expressed it in a way that meets the legal requirements, which are considerably complex and technical. And that really this is about compliance with legislation rather than changing any content from what you've seen. Just a quick reminder, if all goes well for adoption on Thursday, we'll be going out to consultation on the 18th of March until the 21st of April. That's a little bit later than we normally go, but it's because of the need to address the audit process. That's really where we stand at the moment. We're certainly happy to communicate to you when we hear from Audit New Zealand that everything's on track. I believe it is, and let you know the score from there. But bottom line is we're positioned for Thursday.
Okay, all done.
Thank you.
All right, we've got a question, Councillor Henstock, then Councillor Johansson, please.
Thank you. My query is whether they give us any preliminary, Audit New Zealand give us any preliminary indication, given that they're 95% through, do they give us anything to give you some indication of what you can expect? When you
they do. Look, we're working very closely with them, and they've been very flexible and understanding through the process. We've already met 3, 4, 5 times on where they are and what they're interested in. We're down to the last 1 or 2 items, and I expect as a result of the query this morning that we'll have an update today to say yes or no, we're satisfied in the last 1 or 2 technical things. So we will know before we go into the meeting on Thursday where we stand.
Have they given you anything for you to suspect that there might be some issues for us to have to deal with?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, they're asking things like demonstrate for us how these figures were worked out. Those little questions at that kind of level. Demonstrate for us how you comply with this section of the legislation. So far, everything we've addressed has worked through.
Peter, do you want to just explain what they've flagged may be matters of emphasis, which is common across councils?
There's probably 2 things that will be not tagged, as in you have a discrepancy, but more an area of focus that's highlighted for the reader. One of those will be that there's uncertainty about our transport funding, along with every other council in the country. So they'll put a little EOM on that says, we're not entirely sure what these numbers will look like. The reader needs to know that this has uncertainty. But that's ambient. I mean, every council in the country will not know exactly where their transport funding lies until central government issues some clarity on that. And the second one is around the depreciation matter. Over the life of the LTP, there are, I think, 2 activities where our program funding will end up slightly below the nominal depreciation level. In other words, have we set aside enough money over time to get to where the theoretical depreciation figure would be? Our response there has been, well, yeah, there is going to be a small gap on 1 or 2 things because of the affordability. but that we have the strength in the balance sheet and the processes around prioritising work, that gap is not actually going to be of consequence. In other words, nothing will happen there that's going to result in something breaking. They'll probably recognise that and say, look, as a formality, there is a gap between the funded and the depreciation line. There is a good explanation, but we're nonetheless going to highlight that. So they're the two matters. Both of them, audit has suggested, will be ambient for most councils, because very few councils exceed depreciation for every single activity over 30 years.
Thank you for that, and thank you for that nudge, Mary. I think that's where my question was going. I wasn't quite sure how to ask it. Thanks.
Yep. Yanni, please.
Thank you. Given that we've now got updated costings for things like the craft, and we've got a little bit more certainty about what we're doing with the transport projects, is there anything in the consultation document that's going to bring people's attention to the fact that a number of the transport projects are going to be put on hold, not done, delayed, and cost, in some cases almost twice what we thought they would?
I'm not sure I can answer that straight off the bat.
I'm sorry.
I think I'd need to go back and understand a little bit more carefully exactly what's in there.
Okay. I mean, I'm increasingly concerned that the figures we've got in our LTP, given on what we know, do not match what the costs are to actually deliver the projects. And I'm concerned that the public will find it very difficult to make informed submissions if they don't know what the actual costings are that we know.
So we'll have a look at that and come back with some advice.
And can I say, this is nothing new. I've raised this probably about 3 times through this LTP CD process to get something put in about the transport choices, the surf, the craft projects. So I was just interested in the comment that audit are looking at this. And I wondered if that gives us an opportunity to provide a bit more additional information.
So just to be clear, we have put in reference to the in a couple of places in the document around uncertainty given the change of government and the new plan. So we have picked up on that, Councillor Johansson, and mentioned the uncertainty on there, but we'll come back with that other information.
Okay. Thank you very much, Katie and Peter.
Thank you
for the update. I'll now adjourn the meeting till 1:30 on Thursday, the 14th of March. Thank you very much. Oh, Councillor Henstock.
Katie is going to be speaking to us a lot. I just wanted to check with you in terms of engagement. Our window has shortened slightly. Are you comfortable that we've got sufficient time to engage properly with the public,
yes,
Katie?
Yes, I do believe so. We have a lot planned over that period of time, and we still have a decent period of time. We certainly meet all legal requirements.
Okay, good. See you on the 14th. Thank you very much.
Thank you.